Welcome to the Y Connect podcast. As the heartbeat of the community, the Y is a connector where people of all ages and walks of life come together to elevate their health, wellness, education, and essential life skills. Hear the stories of impact and join the authentic conversations where together we'll discover the journeys and pathways people take to connect through the Y. Now your hosts, Zarina, Robert, and Allison.
Welcome, everybody. This is Robert Wright, Wellness Director of the East Lake Family YMCA, and welcome to the Y Connect podcast, where we talk about extraordinary things that extraordinary people are doing. Today, we have an incredible show. Speaking with Ms. Erika Swales, is the Y's Reach and Rise Mentorship Program Director. With a bachelor's degree in French and Italian and a master's degree in education culture. Erika was born and raised in England. As an adult, she moved to Canada prior to her time in the U.S. Early on, she joined the Y as a member, where she participated in fitness classes and volunteered. In 2013, she began working part-time at the Northwest Cobb Family Y in the Children's Play Center and was later promoted to full-time as the Family Programs Coordinator. And in 2019, she became the Y's Youth Development Director. And then in September of 2022, she transitioned into the role of the Reach and Rise Mentorship Program Director. Secondly, we have Ms. Kaday Kabba-Howard, is the Group Mentoring Director of the Y's Reach and Rise program. And as a licensed professional counselor and national certified counselor, she received a Bachelor of Science degree in psychology with an emphasis on neuroscience from Penn State and Master's of Science degree in clinical mental health counseling from Georgia State. Kaday has experience working in mental health and substance use in residential treatment facilities, outpatient organizations with individuals who identify as homeless or low income, and private practice settings. Welcome, Erika and Kaday. How are you today?
Hello,
Doing
ladies.
good, thank you.
Hi, Kaday.
Excited to have you here.
I love that you're both representing the Reach and Rise.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's no mistake
absolutely.
what program you're with. You guys are looking great.
Thank you.
You guys have a lot of experience on your hands, so we're looking forward to learning a lot from you. We're going to start with Erika. If you can provide us with an overview of the Reach and Rise program and how it serves the youth.
Yeah, so the Reach and Rise program is actually a national YMCA program. It was started in San Francisco. But the main goal of the program is to help youth age 6 to 17, both in one-to-one and a group setting. And it's to help those youth that might be experiencing low self-esteem, poor academic progress. They may not be making the best decisions in their life or have the best support system around them. So this program is designed to help them improve family relations, peer relations, academics. Really, it's a very well-rounded program.
It sounds like it. It definitely sounds like it. I have experience in the previous organization of working in a mentoring program such as this. So as I was reading your bio and I was reading the program history, it really stood out as to the magnificent work that you are doing. So I want to say thank you personally for the work that you are doing.
Thank you. We're happy to be doing it.
All right. Now, Ms. Kaday, can you describe your role with the program?
Why, yes, Zarina. I'm the group director for the mentoring program. And so what I do is I pretty much match 2 volunteer adult mentors with about like 6 to 8 kids to focus on various topics that the children may be struggling with. So it could be like self-esteem, feelings, healthy relationships, effective communication, life skills. I also assist families with like the resources that they may need. So it could be like resume building, career searching, food and shelter assistance, even counseling referrals to outside agencies, because the whole point is for us to like make sure that the mentees or the youth benefit, and also like they also have like a better livelihood. So by helping the families, that will in turn help the youth. So yeah.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yes, thank you for your
Kaday.
important work. It's much appreciated.
Truly.
Thank you.
Erika, I have a quick question for you around how youth are identified and how the mentors themselves are identified. What does the process look like?
So for the youth, the mentees, they can be referred by a school counselor. It could be a parent, a caregiver. Kaday and I have been actually quite busy since we came into our roles. I started in September and Kaday in October. We've been busy making connections in the community. So we've partnered with Cobb County School District, and also we're starting a partnership with the Cobb County Juvenile Court of Justice. So we're trying to reach out to the community as a whole, not just from our branch here at Northwest, to make connections and to serve as many youth as possible, both in one-to-one and group. So they can be referred really from any of those organizations, or just from a parent or other family member. And as far as the mentors, our mentors are all volunteers, and they basically find out about our programs through mentoring websites, through searches, but also from our YMCA website. We have a page on the Y website, and they can fill out a form there and refer themselves. We recruit within our own Y. Obviously, we recruit out in the community. We're talking to the schools. Every time we leave this building, Kaday and I are out there talking to people about the program, to find mentors, because obviously without mentors we can't help the mentees and the youth. And they undergo a 15-hour plus training, so it's quite a commitment, but we have been very lucky so far in having some very dedicated community members who want to help these kids.
It sounds like
Yeah, I'm sorry, Robert, I cut you off there.
like
It sounds too as though the type of individual you're looking for in terms of being a mentor, you're looking for some particular qualities, I would imagine. And there's probably an exhaustive background search, I would imagine as well, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Correct. Did you want to answer to that, Kaday?
Yes, I also wanted to add the youth that the program serves is between ages 6 and 17, and we are also looking for mentors. Yeah, and so elementary age all the way up through high school. So we don't discriminate. As well as for the mentors, they have to be ages 21 and older. And that's just because we want to make sure that there's at least a 3-year age difference between the person who is like running the group and also like the age of the youth, right? And so when we think of mentors and like the qualities that we're looking for outside of like the background checks, we're also looking for like people who have commitment, right? Who are going to be consistent, right? Because these groups specifically, they are scheduled to run 14 weeks in the summer, as well as in the fall, or 8 weeks in the summer. And so we understand that at times things may come up, but we really need for mentors to be consistent, because that's a key factor to ensuring that the groups are a success, right? And so that we just have that maintenance of just people showing up and also like what they're used to in that structure. So we need people who are compassionate for working with children, wanting to work with children. You don't have to come from a mental health background. While I am a mental health counselor, and these are like groups, they're psychoeducational groups. And so through the trainings, we will teach like para-counseling skills and things to look out for. But the mentors always have access to Erika and myself, in which we could like provide more guidance if other like mental health symptoms may arrive, or if we feel like, oh, this child may need more resources. So we just need someone who's going to be compassionate for wanting to work with children, someone who's consistent, someone who's also empathetic to the fact that these youth, they're coming from different backgrounds and different life experiences. Let's see. And just someone who's open-minded. I think that's really important, because a lot of times, I don't know if you guys have ever witnessed like a conversation with someone, with a younger person, and then the next thing someone is like, well, back in my day when I was younger, and it's like, yeah, that was our time, but right now, like, this is 2022, we're going into 2023. The times are different. There's more technology. There's more issues that children are facing, and we don't want to invalidate those experiences. And we definitely find it key for to bridge that gap, right, between adults of yesterday and the kids of today.
Right.
So we just need someone who's open-minded to like what's going on in today's society and what's affecting the youth of today.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Wow. And with the extensive background checks or trainings that the volunteers and what I'm hearing the mentees have to go through, can you just explain how the parents are kind of brought into this as well, just to kind of make a complete holistic approach to the child's development within your program?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a little bit different in both programs for one-to-one and group, although the similarities is we do meet, we have family meetings with parents, or it could sometimes be a caregiver or another family member when we initially meet with the mentees after they've been referred. So that goes for both programs. And we all sit down and talk and discover a little bit more about the family and what might be going on, what kind of some of the goals would be for the family and for the youth. We also check in with the parent, the mentee, and the mentors on a monthly basis. For group, it's actually a little bit more, but we do check-ins with everybody to make sure everyone's on the same page. The parents also, we do cognitive behavioral therapy based training. So the parents also receive a parent manual to help them, use some of these cognitive behavioral strategies with their children when they're at home. So I think there's a lot of support from all sides in the program.
That's great.
Excellent work. Next question is for Kaday. We had an opportunity to see some pictures that were sent to us, but can you talk to us about some of the group engagements and what group engagement look like, and describe some of the activities that you all do together?
Sure. So the photos that you guys were sharing were actually from our recent, what was it? It was a toy. It was this empty stocking fund.
Empty stocking fund. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes, empty stocking fund. And so, like things like packing up gifts. It could be anything like doing outdoor activities, utilizing the Y facilities to either play sports or participate in a class. Art activities. So there's like so many different things, as well as like taking them on college tours or outings that are relevant to the issues that the group may be focusing on, such as ones to help build trust. So they're very intentional. They're to help facilitate just that process of relationship building, effective communication, things like that.
Excellent.
I think it also helps to feel a sense of connectedness with the community and the mentees really do enjoy volunteering, and it's a good bonding experience for everyone. And both Kaday and I are relatively new to the role, so getting the mentors and mentees together like that is a bonding experience for everyone, because they don't often, when they're meeting here during the week, they don't get to see other mentors, mentees, meeting and in action. So it's nice for them all to be able to get together and, like Kaday says, use our Y facilities. Hopefully we'll get to take our groups and our one-to-one mentees and mentors out to, say, YMCA Camp High Harbor in the spring to do some activities there. So connect with the other YMCAs in our organization too.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Very nice. So Erika, with all this positive engagement, it leads me to our next question. Now, can you share a success story or a positive outcome as a result of Reach and Rise?
So I think I've thought about this question, and I have examples, obviously, from other Ys. And for me right now, a success story, I don't have one because we're very new to this role, right?
Got it.
I can
Yep.
say to you, we have a lot of positive outcomes nationally from research
nice.
done, but it shows that the youth are more connected with the community, they're more connected in family and peer engagement, they do better academically. They go on, to hopefully make a lot of better choices in their life. And I feel like the connection that we have made with the Juvenile Court of Justice, which Kaday and I are kind of very passionate about, is helping youth like that who are possibly on a path to make some very wrong decisions, help them and steer them and guide them, particularly through our group mentoring, to make better decisions and have better opportunities and see a better future. Is what we're going to see as positive outcomes. I mean, we saw in the photographs, those kids are having fun, they're getting to do something positive for the community and hang out with their mentors and other mentees. So I think the program as a whole is positive, but beyond that, we're just hoping to affect a wider group of people, not just within the walls of our own Y, but outside.
Definitely.
Yes.
And this conversation helps to do that. I am going to actually turn a question over to Robert and he's not expecting this, but Zarina and I know Robert's background. And Robert, you've worked with youth for a long time. Does this conversation bring back some of the experiences that you've had mentoring and working with youth?
It really does. It really does. As I'm sitting here listening to both Kaday and Erika, I'm kind of reflecting back on my previous experience working with kids, and actually in both settings. I mentioned the mentoring setting, and I've also worked in the mental health population. I guess they would refer to residential treatment facilities, as Kaday expressed in her experience. And regarding the mentoring, one of the most, just endearing parts of it was just the multicultural effect. Many of these kids didn't know anything outside of their community. The kids that I worked with are primarily in Fulton County. And so those kids that were, let's just say, in South Fulton County, in the College Park, East Point area, they never experienced anything or anyone outside of that area. Some of the kids that I experienced that were in other parts of Atlanta, they never experienced anyone or anything outside of that area. So we made it a point to try to bring volunteers and bring mentors in who can expose these young children, young boys and girls, to things that are outside of their norm, outside of their normal environments. As for the residential facility, which I've probably had the bulk of my professional experience in, at least working in social services, that was a lot of fun to me. And although many of the kids came from many different spectrums, from the juvenile courts and juvenile systems to schools from private homes, the experiences that they had in their lives, we as staff could never truly understand some of the things that they may have endured. But some of the experiences that they gave us, and I often speak about a young man that was a state champion in chess, but he was in a residential facility. And you speak to people and they're like, oh, that's not possible. They can't do that. And I'll be like, that's absolutely possible, because he is doing it. And we took him to the chess tournament, so I know he's doing it. Other individuals that just had opportunities to travel again and just do things that were that they never thought that they would be able to experience. And so one of the most rewarding experiences I've ever had in my life was being at the residential facility, and someone that was discharged came back on their prom night and
Wow.
drove his own car on his prom
Oh
night
my goodness.
just to say thank you,
Wow.
in his suit and everything, just to come to say thank you. And I told him, I was like, thank you just for this. I said, there's no reason to come back and
Yes.
thank any of us. This is your thanks to us. So I truly appreciate what you all are doing. Working with the youth, whether it be in a mentoring program or a residential setting, is extremely rewarding. Very tough, but extremely rewarding work that I think speaks volumes, and it speaks to the persons that you are, and speaks to the excellent work and the great work that you all are doing in the community. And the children, they absolutely, they never forget this. It's one of those situations where, they may not remember every single thing that you may have told them, but at that moment, something that you told them, whether it be in a group setting or something that we told them in an individual setting, it'll sink in. So regardless of the background that they may have had, that knowledge and that little nugget that you planted, it'll absolutely sink in.
Yeah.
Robert, thank you so much. I
Yes.
appreciate that. Kaday and Erika, hearing that, but also reflecting on kind of where you want to take the program. Is there anything else that you would like to share with us about the Reach and Rise experience?
Yes, our program intends to promote positivity, healthy relationships between youth and adults. We hope to foster a supportive village for these children, especially since many of their backgrounds lack this component. This program is highly beneficial for children who actively participate because it'll empower them to feel secure in their relationship with others, as well as contribute to better decision making. That's really important for us because I think that, the conversation around youth and their decision making, it hasn't been in the most positive when we're talking about that, and so we want to help to contribute to that. So that's the purpose of this program. It works if people believe in it, because we do believe in it.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Erika, is there anything else you would like to add?
I mean, I think Kaday summed it up. I think, I just, I'm just wondering if we can recruit another mentor right here.
Seriously. Yes.
All right. Why not?
Well, and Robert just took a new job. He will be in January starting as the new Associate Executive Director of the Andrew and Walter Young Y. So
congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I know they have a similar program at the Young YMCA. So if anything, I look forward to being able to collaborate efforts to see how we can both encourage, motivate, and support each other.
Absolutely.
Very nice.
Yeah. Now, question to both of you. This is the question that we ask all of our guests. Tell us how you got connected to the Y.
You want me to go, Erika?
I'm loving these smiles.
I'm a newbie to the Y, right? It's always, I'm always amazed and I'm honored whenever I'm around people who are in there like, I was at the Y since I was a child. And I was like, dang, that was not my story.
That is okay.
But I love that for everyone else. So my Y story, it started this year. I came across an amazing opportunity to combine two of my favorite things, working with youth and addressing mental health needs. So one thing I didn't mention was that I was a former educator. So what brought me to Atlanta 8 years ago was I was in Teach for America, and I ended up becoming a science teacher in Clayton County. And so So this position allowed me to combine just my love for working with youth, as well as like the fact that I'm also a clinician. So those mental health needs are really important to me. So through my research, I realized that the Y utilizes a holistic approach when it comes to serving our community. And I knew I wanted to get in on that action. Like I want to be a part of that. While I am a newbie, I'm honored that my specific Y, the Northwest Family Y, has graciously opened their arms and welcomed me not as a stranger, but as a relative that they were expecting. And so that's really my story when I think of the Y.
Nice. Well, thank you for joining the Y. Thank you.
And Kaday, can I use that not as a, I love that line.
Thank you.
Isn't it?
But as a relative waiting to come, I like that one.
Yeah. We have embraced Kaday because she is amazing and she's doing a great job. And I think, I hate to say it, but I think we make an awesome team, really. Yay!
I love that.
My Y story is like a lot longer, but so are you ready? So I actually, I was born in England, and my husband and he got a job in the US. But then when we got married in 97, we moved straight away to Canada. And I didn't know anyone, and I couldn't work because I didn't have a visa, and I was kind of bored. And so I found the local Y, and I was like, oh, this is fun. Joined as a member, and then took a Group X class. And I volunteered there, taught Group X because I couldn't work legally. So I volunteered in Group X, and I also helped. They had a literacy council where they would teach English to people who were not English speakers as mother tongue. So I volunteered also for the literacy council that they had. And then after that, we got relocated many times. And so I kind of made a point of joining the Y in every city that we moved to because I just knew it was a good way to connect and meet people and make friends.
Absolutely.
And then I have been a member here at the Northwest Y since 2002 when we moved to Kennesaw. And so, I brought my kids here to the play center, did all those activities. And when my youngest went to kindergarten, they were like, hey, do you want a job? And so I started working part-time in the play center.
Oh, my goodness.
Also taught swim lessons. So I did my time in the pool, too. And then, you know how it is. You gradually get reeled in. And here I still am, 20 years later as a member at Northwest and 9 years later as an employee. So
fantastic. You and Zarina and Robert are all cut from that cloth where you worked part-time and then you got pulled in and you've been a part of the Y culture for a long time.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Mine's been since 1999, so we're right there.
Dedication.
Yes, it's been a pleasure having you guys on here today. Thank you so much for sharing your expertise with us, and you're welcome back again anytime.
Thank you for the invite. This was fun.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
Your passion and your energy, it speaks volumes. It really does. Your passion and your energy.
Yeah, thank you so much for bringing
we're hoping to
this
recruit
program to
some
life.
mentors.
Yes. And as this podcast is new and we're developing an audience, if they're interested, if people are interested in being a mentor, what should they do?
So they can go to our website. Okay. You want to go? They can go to our website
or you could also contact us. You can contact Erika, Erika S at ymcaatlanta.org, or myself, Kaday K at ymcaatlanta.org. And if you still can't find us, just anyone from the Y, anyone from the Northwest Y you come into contact with, be like, hey, that mentoring program, it'll come back to us. Everyone knows that we are the face of the mentoring program. So, just ask about us. And if you are looking for volunteer opportunities, just know that this program is here and it's available. And the beauty of it is that it's not really found in any of the other Ys in Georgia. And so we have that, especially across Atlanta. So we have that beautiful, opportunity to expand. That's our hopes and our wish is to eventually see it in the other Ys so that more kids have access to this. We always know access is what is a huge barrier to resources. Right. And so we're trying to create that. So thanks.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it.
Very welcome.
And we'll have to invite you back in a year or so we can hear how much it's grown.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to the Y Podcast. To continue the conversation or to find your closest Y, please connect with us at ymcaatlanta.org and sign up for our newsletter, Healthy Together.